this video, I'm gonna take you through every single workout I did to out lose 130 pounds. Monday through Friday, full week, full routine. When I first started losing weight, I did the same exact workouts, push, pull, legs. It's been the same split from 315 pounds all the way down to 185 pounds. What actually made the difference were the small details, the things people don't normally talk about. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly what they are. The very first day is a push day, and this is on Monday. And if anyone doesn't know what push day is, it's basically, chest and triceps, anything with a pushing motion. This exercise is bench press. And you know what's funny is, when I first started out in the gym, I thought like the sauna was some master secret. Like you go in there, it's just gonna melt fat. And then I soon realized it's just water weight. When it comes down to the flat bench press, that's what I first start out with. So basically the flat bench press is honestly just hitting your overall chest. Very beginning, I didn't have a workout partner. Unfortunately, I really couldn't go till that failure. And that's why I really use like chest press machines, is because you can go till failure because, you're not gonna hurt yourself because, there's safety locks on it. So actually the second one is a incline, which is, hitting your upper part of your chest. It's called your pec major. And the cool thing about hitting your pec major is it's pretty much the biggest part of your chest. So when you're hitting incline chest press, you're pretty much hitting your full chest. So definitely prioritize that. That's what I did. And people always say, dude, you have such a big chest. You know what's funny is it used to offend me because people used to like flip my boob and do all these things. But now I know it was an actual compliment, you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, you got a big chest. I'm like, oh, sweet, thank you. And when it came down to any exercise I did, it was always till pretty much failure. And if I did have a spot that day, it was always partial. You end up not being able to get it, so you just kind of like do the partials. You end up having your gym bro kind of like lift it off your neck. So, almost crushed me. Just an example of just me hitting flat bench press and incline bench press. My chest, it's just like, that pump is crazy. You guys will notice when you're doing just those two exercises, your chest looks that much bigger. Just that pump is insane. The next one is decline chest press. And the full reason why I love this one is because it is a machine. And this basically gets the lower part of your chest. And the thing is, with the lower part of your chest, it's not too big. Like again, what I was saying before, your pec major pretty much is like your whole chest, but it is still very important to get that lower chest. And every single exercise that I do, Monday through Friday, if it's chest, if it's legs, if it's arms, whatever, it's always gonna be around 12 reps, 4 sets for everything. So now the very last chest exercise is pec fly. And what the pec flies do is it really gives you that stretch. And that's something I wasn't really looking at when I was overweight. I was just kind of, going with the motion, not really doing the mind muscle connection, but at least I was doing it. So after I get done with my chest, there are 2 other exercises that I do, and it's targeting your tricep. So the first one is you're using a rope and you're pushing down like this and you're targeting your long head of your tricep here. A few things I would recommend is just locking your elbows in place on these. And at the end of the motion, you want to be pulling it down like this to really target that long head. The next tricep exercise and the last tricep exercise I do, and I've been doing this again for years now, is the tricep push down with the bar. And what this does is it targets the short head of the tricep. And it is so important to work these muscles because when people think of big arms, they think of biceps. But think about it like this. Tricep has 3 muscles and your bicep only has 2 muscles in it. You have so much more of a tricep than you do bicep. So it's extremely important to hit these. So the next thing is shoulders, and it is lateral raise. So you go like this. Down, slow. And the thing is, when you're doing these exercises, a lot of people go like this. 1. That's not 1. This is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is how you do a lateral raise. And what's funny is I actually lacked in shoulders for a while because I was just like, when I really started slowing out my reps for shoulders is really when I started growing. And that's honestly a lot of my exercises. Yeah, make sure when you're doing these, slow, controlled, all the way up and all the way down. That is 1 full rep. The last exercise that I do for my push day is this one right here. And this one is called a shoulder press. So this targets to your front delt and your side delt. And the other exercise I did, I don't think I mentioned it, is honestly your width. Makes you look wider. And once I started locking in this routine, everything just kind of fell into place. For example, I started noticing like a ton of muscle growth in the chest, and that just got me excited. And so I went from doing, just chest and triceps, and I started switching to Tuesdays being back and bicep, also known as pull day. And I love using the wide grip bar because you're really targeting that outer lat. And this kind of makes you a little bit wider. It's so important to really just focus on what you're trying to hit. Like a lot of people will pull with their arms, gonna almost act like you're like trying to just using your elbows and pulling back. This back exercise, I'm telling you, it's so important because again, this is one of the exercises that makes you look a lot wider, and not in a bad way, in a good way. I honestly wish there was another exercise to make something else look a little bit wider. You know what I'm saying? But after I get done with my 12 reps of 4 sets, I switch to a row. So when I do these rows, people usually just go to these, and when you're rowing, you're not getting a great stretch. I mean, obviously you're doing a good amount of work. It's like you're doing enough. If you ever switch to these, pull back just a little bit like this, you're getting that much more of a stretch in your back. And this helped me out so much, and that's how I really grew my back. Because you will realize when you're doing exercises, it's really about the stretch. And with any exercise you do, you really want to go slow. And notice how I'm kind of sitting behind the seat. It's again giving you that stretch that you need. Okay, so like I was saying though, let's move on to the other arm. You can get that same stretch. Yeah, like look how far I'm stretching in this exercise right here. Just really stretching that lat. That is what really helps you grow. And like I was saying, I've been doing these exercises from the very beginning, but it wasn't until later on I started learning these very micro things that really helped with my physique and growing to where I'm at now. Okay, so the next exercise is the T-bar row. And what this gets is the mid to upper back. And if you have these at your gym, these will absolutely rip you a new one. These are so freaking tough. Pause, all right? And a lot of people don't get that stretch that they need. They'll stop right here, drag it all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, anytime I do these, I could be doing this for 2 or 3 years straight, like I've been doing, and they don't get any easier, I swear. In the very beginning, I was a big back. This here will get you a big back, okay? But in a good way. Okay, so after this exercise here, you should be absolutely 100% be feeling it. I'm already freaking cooked. And now for the last back exercise, I am doing lat swings. And I'll show you exactly what that is here now. So here are the lat swings. And why I love these so much is because you get that nice stretch, and you should be feeling it in the bottom of your lat. So that's how you grow that. And again, everything we do is till failure. When it comes down to this exercise, you are going to be sore after this, but it does get easier. So don't let this stop you from doing these exercises. Oh, I'm hurt right now. I'm in pain. Good pain though, not bad pain. Bad pain is, staring at your ceiling at 1 a.m., reminiscing and thinking about how fat you are. We don't like that kind of pain, all right? We like this kind of pain, baby. Let's go. The next exercise is the rear delt, which a lot of people lack. So for me, a lot of people go like this, right? But with this, you're not getting a great stretch, right? What I do is I turn to one side, and then you get that full stretch in your rear delt. And you notice that I talk about stretch a lot when I'm working out. It's because it's that important. If you're not getting that good stretch, you're really not going to grow that muscle to where you want it to be, right? I'm going to really emphasize it in this video. Make sure you're getting that stretch and feel it. And now onto the right side to even it out. And again, you see that stretch that I'm talking about? You should feel it like right here. And this is really what makes you grow. So now I just hit basically every single piece of back exercise that I do. Now onto one of my favorite exercises, the biceps. If you have this piece of equipment at your gym or at home, oh my gosh, you need to be using this. This is a fantastic bicep exercise. And something I really want to say about all the exercises I do is when I say I do 12 reps, that is simply almost the last rep you can do. Like if you could do 15, 16 to 20, you need to raise the weight so you get to that 12th rep. But it's too failure. And then some. You get partials involved, and it just gets really fun after that. Those faces that I make, it's extremely crucial, extremely important. Those are other faces I make elsewhere. We're not going to discuss where I make those faces. Let's just say it has something to do with cardio. And the next exercise is hammer curls, okay? So when it comes down to the hammer curls, it targets the long head and the short head of your bicep. It's a little bit of a 2-in-1, so this is a absolute game changer. You know, it's funny because a lot of people make fun of me with how little weight I do. Like I don't go really heavy. It's just everything I do is very concentrated, a lot of stretch, a lot of movement, and it's till failure. I don't go too heavy, and you don't need to be, obviously. I mean, I got to where I'm at without bench pressing 1,000 pounds, okay? So now after you get done with your biceps, they should be feeling pretty pumped. I mean, look at that. All right, so on the legs, you don't do legs. You're right. I'm just joking. Kinda. So when it comes to legs, for a good minute, I actually didn't do a lot of squats because your boy had a big stomach and I just couldn't properly do a actual squat because it's just the gut, unfortunately. So couldn't do squats. Halfway through, I started doing them. But what I did rely on in the very beginning were the machines. You know what's cool about leg days is you're naturally stronger than someone that grew up skinny because you're always carrying a whole lot of weight on you. So you're just like, yeah, this is normal. Like basically whole stacking. I'm not whole stacking right now. Basically normal to whole stack a whole leg machine simply because you grew up overweight or I grew up overweight and I always had to deal with just lifting heavy things in general because I was just heavy. 1002, 1003, 1004. And with this exercise here, it targets your quadricep, or what some people call the teardrop of your quad. The next exercise is the leg curl, and this gets your hamstring. I legit want to let you guys know that I am not smart, and I'm not this like genius brainiac, and I don't know if that just like, it just goes to show that you could literally, you know, be 3, 4, 5, 600 pounds and not know what the hell you're doing. You could have a 1.4 GPA. Like I'm asking like, okay, what is this called again? I'm not necessarily sure, so I have to look it up, but I know the exercise, I know how to do it properly because I've done it so many times. I've done so many reps and trial and error and figured it out. So it's just, you know, I'm not intelligent. Next exercise, extremely important from over here, the calf machine. I'm just joking. You don't need to do this because if you're a big guy, you got big calves, so ignore these. I'm actually not even joking. So one of the last exercises I do for my legs is this machine. It's called a leg press. And as you see, I don't normally do free weights. It's because it's just, I call it fat friendly. Like you're able to do these usually with like ease. When it comes to free weights, when you're overweight, it's a lot more complicated. There's a lot of balance that you need. And it's like when you're overweight, it's not usually fat friendly is what I like to say. So machines like this, fantastic if you're overweight and you're just trying to put on some muscle and trying to lose weight at the same time. It's exactly what I did and it got me here. So, and this honestly, it's basically, it gets a little bit of your butt, gets your quads, it gets your hamstrings, it gets a lot of your leg. This is getting your overall legs. And here, you'll see I'm going at like a 90 degree. Oh, your legs should be burning. Okay, so you will know that you had a crazy leg day. The next day, when you're on the toilet and you're just struggling and you're trying to figure out how to get off the toilet, you know, you're just like, you're planning on how to get off the toilet. That's how you know you had a brutal leg day, okay? So just note that, okay? All right, so that is my full split push-pull legs. That is my full routine, but now on to cardio, but that can't be filmed on camera. All right, Matt. No, but seriously, cardio is extremely important. And the cardio I was talking about only lasts like 3 seconds. So you need something a little bit more, a little bit longer, things like that. So what I like to do is treadmill. I like to go 12 incline, 3 speed, Monday through Friday after all of my workouts. That is what I do. I've been doing it since I was 315 pounds all the way down to 185 pounds. Like I've always done it. Does it suck? Yes. But do I do it? Yes, because there is a version that I'm trying to chase. That's how I got here. Guys, this all in all is pretty much what I do Monday through Friday. And I just kind of want to leave off with, you know, if you are struggling, if you're someone that's trialed and erred and just can't seem to do it on your own, I would recommend PeachFit. It's a program that I created. It got thousands of people in the best shape of their lives, and it'll absolutely help you. If you follow it, you will succeed. And I would love to see you in there. Get in the Discord. I yap it up in there all the time. If that's something you're interested in, just click the link below or in the description. It's going to be in there. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment, all these crazy things. I'll see y'all later. I got to finish the rest of this exercise.
Hey, if you like this video, check out the video to the right and make sure to subscribe. Why haven't you subscribed yet? Come on. Subscribe.